Oh boy. All right. So the initial reviews for the Eternals are in. The movie does not open really officially until next week, the 4th of November. I have not seen it yet, but I want to put this out there to help you before you go see this film, because a lot of people are saying things like this is Marvel's worst movie yet. The movie does not move the MCU forward at all. And then they're comparing them to all of these other superhero groups, all of which I think is inappropriate for this film. So what I would suggest that you do before you go see the Eternals is, number one, and shout out to Matthew B. Haynes for this, for giving this tip on social, jump onto a wiki, man. Jump onto a wiki, find out a little bit about the Eternals characters, about the broader context of the story, so that you have some background, some familiarity when you go in. And I think that that will help you appreciate the film much more than if you know nothing at all. And fair enough for those of you all who might be arguing, well, listen, Al, should we have to read the comics to understand the film? I do think a little bit of context will be helpful. Now, if you want more detail, if you want to do a little bit of a deep dive, then go ahead and pick up Neil Gaiman's run of the Eternals, which was created by Jack Kirby, but Neil Gaiman actually told the story as well. Pick up his run. You're going to get much more detailed character development in there, and you're going to have a very good sense of the broader story. And I believe that this movie is based off of Neil Gaiman's run. This thing is big, and I think that people are really not appreciating the depth of why Eternals is so important, because it probably does feel and contextually is a lot different than the other stuff that we've seen in the MCU. And I think that that's a good thing. I'm telling you, I think that this is going to set the groundwork for a lot of things in the MCU that if we did not have a movie like Eternals and we just tried to plop them into the MCU, and for those of us that care about the detail of the story or the detail of the context and how they build the MCU, we'd be wondering, okay, how did that just happen? So for example, if you're thinking about, okay, well, when are we going to see the X-Men in the MCU? Well, if you need context for how they just come in and you don't want them just to be thrown in, I believe that this movie is going to set that up amongst some other things as well in terms of bringing some people into the MCU. So this movie contextually, I believe, is really almost a grand origin story. And we've not had that yet in the MCU. So that's why I think Eternals is so important. Now, how well the movie will be executed, I have no idea. I have not seen it yet. I will let you know that after I have seen the film. But I do think the significance of this film is important, and I want to make sure that you're not turned off by the early reviews of this, and that you make sure you go and check this film out. And if you need a little context to help you get to the theater, again, jump on an Eternals wiki or pick up Neil Gaiman's run of the Eternals, because I think that'll be really helpful. I hope this was helpful for you. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can see my review after this thing hits theaters. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, everybody. Love you.